Hi guys, welcome back to Emily J Pilates YouTube channel and to an intermediate upper body and core focused workout. Now, there will be elements of this that will be really inclusive for beginners, but I know that a few of my intermediate guys who've been following me for a while are really desperate for a little bit more of a challenging workout, and we're bringing that to you today. I'm up for it too. I'm thinking, yes, let's challenge myself today. So there will be moves that will be more advanced, but they will start in the more beginner version. So at the point that we advance the move, if you want to, you can stick with that more beginner version of that move and then, give it a go, see what you think. So let's get started. We're going to start with footwork. So I am on 2 heavy springs and 1 medium spring. Coming down onto the reformer. Leaning back, making sure there's a gap between your shoulders and the shoulder rests. Heels on a hip distance apart. Tailbone connected. Lower rib pulling right the way down, that hip to rib connection. Shoulders relaxed as you inhale. And exhale, pull the toes to the face and push the machine away. And inhale to bring it back. Exhale to push away using the front of the legs and pushing through the heels of your feet. And inhale to bring it back. Exhale out, inhale back. So using those quadriceps, the front of your legs, to really push that machine out and help you drag it back in. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in halfway and out. Halfway and out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out, all the way in, and out, and in. Full extension of those legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in, dropping down onto your toes, lifting those heels. Toes hip distance, knees hip distance, nice and stable pelvis. So navel to spine connection and lifting through that pelvic floor to keep the hips nice and level. Inhale to prepare and exhale, push out. Keep those heels nice and high like your ballerina feet. Taking it out and in, out and in. Tailbone connected, bottom rib pulling down, and now starting to feel quite a bit of work in those calf muscles because the heels are lifted, we're on the toes, and also feeling the hamstrings and the glutes as well. So as you pull that machine in, really use those muscles to help you control and to pull that machine in. For 3, 2, 1, take it out and bring it in halfway and out. Halfway in, halfway out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out and all the way in. So full leg extensions for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in. Take the heels back onto the foot bar, but bring them nice and wide. Hips externally rotate and knees will follow. Second toe in line with the middle of your knee. Relax those shoulders. Make sure you're not up against those shoulder rests. Pulling the bottom rib down, navel to spine connection as you inhale to prepare, and exhale, bring it out. Imagine there's an imaginary beach ball and you're squeezing it together. In and out, squeeze. In and out, squeeze. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Halfway in, halfway out. Sorry, halfway in, all the way out. So you're just bringing the carriage in away from a full extension, just to the middle, and then pushing it all the way back out again. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way in and all the way out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in and then just taking it out halfway, back in. Really use the legs to pull the machine. Out, pull it in. Out, pull it in. Just halfway for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way in, all the way out. Sorry, a little loud bang. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in, dropping down onto the toes into your first position. So toes wrap around the foot bar, heels connected, hips and knees still externally rotate to the sides. Inhale to prepare, really pull that bottom rib down, and exhale, push out, heels lifted, legs come together. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, take it out, and inhale in. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Halfway in, halfway out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way out, all the way in. Out and in. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in. Take the feet hip distance apart, heels on, hands on the shoulder rests, and just taking those windscreen wipers. So taking both knees over to one side, lower back twists, but the shoulders stay on your carriage. Inhale to center and take it over to the opposite side. Inhale to center and over. Inhale to center and over. I'm just taking that a couple more times on each side. Over. Center. Over. Center. Hug knees to chest or come into a happy baby. Whatever if you feel like you need that little extra inner thigh stretch, especially after the first and second position work. And then just hugging those knees in and rocking up to a seated position. Whew. So taking off both of those heavy springs so that you're just on one medium spring, hands hip distance apart, and your feet into the shoulder rests, knees just slightly behind the hips or directly below the hips, wherever you feel more comfortable. In that alignment, it may be that you want to keep the knees below the hips today, or you might want to take them a little bit further back for that little bit extra lower core engagement. Make sure the pelvis is tucked and you're scooping through the belly. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, pushing away from the machine, and then using the abs and the arms to pull yourself back to the foot bar. Exhale to take it out. And inhale, bring it in. Now, you can take your knees further back on the machine as long as you don't then use the knees to pull the machine back in. Everything below your shoulders stays completely still. Let it fall behind and use the abs and the arms to pull the machine all the way back in. Taking it out, make sure those knees don't drag it back in. Abs and arms, pulling all the way back in. Keep that pelvis nice and tucked, that navel to spine connection. Take it out and drag it in. Take it out and drag it in. Nice. So we're just really warming up through the abs. That spring should have a nice little bit of resistance for us so that we feel quite supportive in this. We are really just warming up through the shoulders using the six pack to help us pull in and out. Keeping the neck in line with the spine. So you should find that you're looking between the hands when you're at the foot bar and looking down at the springs as you push out. And just seeing if you could take it a little bit further back. So really pushing away with those arms. So you really feel that six pack engage. Use that six pack, use those arms to drag it back in. Pushing it back and pulling back in. You've just got two more. Taking it back, pulling it back in, taking it back and pulling it back in. Lovely. And then just coming into an all four position, knees directly under hips. So I always go between my shoulder rests so I can definitely get my knees under my hips. And then just inhale, twisting to the right as you raise the arm. Exhale, bending the left elbow, feeding the right arm underneath, twisting through that mid-back into your thread needle. Inhale, unthread, twist to the right. Exhale, thread needle. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread needle. Last one, inhale, twist. And exhale, thread. Bring it back to center. This time twisting to the left. And then exhale. Bend the right elbow, thread the left arm underneath. Inhale, twist. Exhale to thread. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread. Inhale, twist. Exhale, thread. And then just taking a last twist to the left. Bringing that arm down, hands back onto the foot bar. Feet into your shoulder rests, keeping the knees directly below your hips this time. Pushing away and bringing the chest down towards your springs into your cow. Extending the spine. And inhale, rounding into cat, bringing the carriage in an inch or two. Inhale, extend. Push the chest down. Exhale, round. Carriage comes in an inch or two. Inhale, extend. Nice stretch through the shoulders. Exhale to bring it back to cat. One last time. Inhale to cow. And exhale, rounding into cat. And then using the knees to drag yourself all the way back in to the stopper. Lovely. Right. Now, we're going to keep with that medium spring. And we're going to do some upper body work. And it's going to be very much to burn into our shoulders. And then we're going to change the spring and make it a little bit of core work instead. So drop your foot bar down, sticking with that medium spring, coming onto your carriage into an all four position. So knees directly under the hips, facing your straps, and your wrists directly under your shoulders. So make sure that that weight is nice and evenly distributed on both sides. Shoulders pull back, you should have the arch of your lower back, and the back of the skull pushes up to the ceiling. Taking your strap into your right hand. Now you can either hold onto the loops, or the higher up the strap you go, the heavier it will be. So I'm going to go at the top of my straps today. The left arm is ahead of you, so down by the rails of your carriage. Keep that weight nice and even. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, pull that arm back to the hip, straight, soft elbow. And inhale, release. Now, you're on the carriage and it's moving, so scoop that belly, Cores engage, navel to spine connection, lift through the pelvic floor, exhale, pull it back, inhale, release, exhale to pull back, and inhale, release. Now this is strength work, you will be feeling this in that shoulder, and take it back, exhale to pull, inhale, back. Nice for 4, 3, 2, nice, and 1, and release, lovely. So making sure, just take child's pose, just to take some weight out of the wrists, making sure the body is balanced on that machine, it's moving and you're on it. So you do need a lot of deeper core focus to keep yourself nice and stable, not to rock around, and keep yourself level, really working into those shoulders as well. So you do need some pull in that strap. Just rotate those wrists, just push back to child's pose, whatever feels good. And then coming back into that all 4 position, remember if you need to take a longer break, just pause. So coming back into that all 4 position, this time taking the strap into the right hand, and it's the same exercise. So arm is ahead of you, shoulders back, neutral spine, and just looking ahead of your fingertips. Inhale to prepare, exhale, pull that strap back to the hip, straight arm, soft elbow. Take it back as you exhale, inhale, release. Higher up the strap, the heavier it will be. Lower down the strap, the lighter it will be. If it's too heavy, drop your spring down. If it's too light, add a spring on. So exhale to pull it back. Inhale to release. Exhale back. Inhale, release. For 3, nice, for 2, and for 1. Oh, nice. Ooh, burning into those shoulders there, so just give them a nice roll back. We're going to change the spring to see how much this exercise changes from that upper body focus to that core focus. So place on your light spring, taking the medium off. Remember, 1 spring always must remain on. So if you're replacing 1 for 1, place on before you take off. Otherwise the machine takes off. Coming back into that all 4 position, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, taking that strap. Now it's going to be lighter, so prepare for this. Scooping the belly, navel to spine, shoulders back, inhale to prepare, exhale, pull it back to the hip. Inhale, release. Now make sure you don't get slack, otherwise you will start to swing about on your machine. So tension in that rope. Use the core, use the shoulder to pull it back, or your own strength, slow releasing it, again using that core strength. Now notice how you're probably feeling this, that little bit more, particularly in the lower abs, as you now need to stabilize more, because this moves so much more freely, and it's a lot lighter to pull back. So scoop through that belly and pull it back. Now, bring it all the way back in, stabilizing on the left knee. You're going to straighten your right leg. So now you're just balancing on the left knee and the right wrist. Inhale to prepare, scoop that belly. Exhale, slow and control, pull it back. And inhale, release. Now the balance may be off. Make sure the body weight stays even on both sides. Take it slow. Back and forwards. Nice. Back and forwards. If the leg lift isn't for you, then drop that right leg. Set it up nice and even on both sides. Long waist, long leg. Imagine I'm pulling that thigh bone out of your hip. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull it back. And inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, pull it back. And inhale, release. Whew, release that strap. Just push back to child's pose. Rotate those wrists. Ooh. gets quite wrist heavy on these, especially when you were pulling that weight through them before. So really do rotate those wrists, take the rest that you need on your wrists as well. When you're ready, remember you can always pause, coming into that all four position again. Knees directly under hips, shoulders directly above your wrists, and then taking your strap into the right hand this time. Inhale to prepare, exhale, pull it back. So just get used to how light that feels on this side. Remember, you do always have a stronger side. So really slow and control, pull it back. Inhale forwards, exhale, bring it back. Keep the tension in that strap. It's tempting now because it's lighter to really loosen and slack, but you will just use the machine as momentum and you'll just come back and you will get sloppy and your machine will bang. Exhale to pull it back. Inhale, bring it forwards. Now, option, if you don't want to take it, just stay where you are doing it with the knees down. Option is to lift that left leg, really lengthen through the body, pulling energy out the top of the head and energy out the foot. Inhale to prepare, exhale to pull it back, and inhale to release. Use that breath. Keep those hips completely level. It's tempting to lean over onto that right hand side. Keep it even on both sides. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, release. Nice, for 3 more. Pull it back, concentrate, use the breath to help. Exhale at the mouth, pull it back. And inhale, release. 2 more. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, release, scoop that belly, navel to spine, pull the shoulders back for this last one. And release. Amazing, drop that strap, push back to child's pose. Nice. Taking your spring back to a medium. So medium spring on, light comes off. And we're going to take some ab tuck. So there's about 1 inch between your knees and the shoulder rests. Bringing the body forwards onto the rails so that the hands are just ahead of your shoulders. Making sure this time that rather than keeping neutral, as we pull the knees in, you're taking a tuck of the pelvis and the lower back, and really imagine you're sucking it up and you're pulling the knees in towards your stomach. So inhale to prepare, push the shoulders away from the ears, you're in that neutral. Then as you start to tuck, you're pulling the knees in and using the abs to pull the machine in. Little tuck, rounding of the lower back. And inhale, bring it back, reset to neutral. Exhale, tuck and pull. Inhale, bring it back, reset. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, back. Exhale, tuck and pull. Inhale, back. You should be feeling this instantly into those lower abs. If this medium is too heavy, drop down onto your light. But just bear in mind, you're going to need a lot more of that control as you tuck and pull. And inhale, release. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. 2 more. Exhale, tuck, pull, and release. Inhale, tuck, pull, and release. Nice. Push back to child's pose. Nice rotations of those wrists. Whew. And we'll do some upper body, targeted upper body work. So, putting on your heaviest springs that you are happy with. So, we're going to do our pull rows. So we can go quite heavy. So I'm going to place on both my heavy springs and both my medium springs. If you want to put them all on, you can put them all on. You're going to place your legs between the shoulder rests, knees free, and then take your straps ahead of you and then cross them over so that they are crossed, opposite strap is in opposite hand. Holding just above your loops. Inhale, bring it down into a forwards fold. Long spine, shoulders back. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, a strong, fast motion. You're going to pull the straps, bringing the elbows tight into the sides of your body. And then inhale, release it forwards. Exhale, tight and pull. Really quick motion. And inhale, controlled release. I'm just going to come a little bit further up my nuts. Inhale, exhale, pull it back. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull. And inhale, release. Now squeeze those shoulder blades together, those mid-back muscles. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull. Slower, release. Quick and sharp. And release. Nice. You've just got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, nice. Release those straps. Uncross them and place them back onto your hooks or shoulder rests. Those knees and take off all springs except for one medium. So you just want one medium spring on. Coming onto the knees. Now, this is so that we can knee drive. If you don't want to knee drive today, then you can just sit in your cross-legged position. So coming onto the knees, taking the straps just above your loops, or a bit higher if you want it a bit heavier, lower if you want it lighter. We're going to take our chest openers. So arms are just mine are always just slightly below my shoulders, as you know, otherwise I hunch. But shoulders back, arms come to at least chest, if not shoulder height. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, taking one arm forwards, one arm back, and twisting to the side that the arm is down. So the arm that comes down to the hip, you twist to that side, and inhale to center. Exhale, take it in the opposite direction, and inhale to center. Remember your control of the machine. Tension in them straps at all times. Navel to spine connection, and you should notice with each one, you can just twist that little bit more through the upper back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, release. Exhale, twist. Inhale, release. Nice. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. We're going to take those knee drives. So reset. You should be really feeling this in those muscles between the shoulder blades and the upper back. You should get a nice bit of shoulder and arm work as well. Knee drive. So think navel to spine, sit it up tall, nice and controlled as the arms come out and you twist. Knee driving up, making sure you don't flare the ribs, and inhale to center. Exhale up and twist. Try and keep those shoulders above the hips. Exhale up. Inhale to center. Exhale up and twist. Inhale to center. You've just got 5, 4, 3, 2, whoops, and 1. And bring it down. We're going to see what it's like to put that spring down to a light. So light spring on, medium comes off. Now this will be lighter, so be careful as you knee drive. Maybe just take a few being seated. Let's do that together. Hands above the loops or wherever you were before. It's lighter. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Sit up tall, inhale, knitting the ribs together, navel to spine. Exhale, twist, arms come up and down. Inhale to center. Feel how much lighter that is, how much more control with the core you need to have to stabilize and not rock around on your machine because the straps are lighter. There's not as much strength to pull. There's more core control and balance required. What about those knee drives? Take it easy. Exhale up, keep tension in those ropes. Inhale to center. Exhale up. Inhale to center. Make sure you're not overflaring in those ribs. Still quite a lot of strength work in the shoulders. Make sure it's those shoulders doing the job. For 4. I need to hold my straps higher. For 3. A bit higher again. For 2. Better. And 1. And center. Amazing. This time we're going to stick with that lighter spring and we're going to take those ab tucks again. So bringing the hands on the rails just ahead of the shoulders, knees about an inch away from your shoulder rests, into that neutral spine, shoulders away as you inhale, tuck and scoop the belly as you pull the knees in, and inhale, release. Exhale, tuck and up, and release. So imagine you're really pulling that level back up to the ceiling and really tucking those knees in to your stomach. Release, reset to neutral. Exhale, tuck and pull. Inhale, release to neutral. Exhale, tuck and pull. Inhale to neutral. For 4, 3, 2, last one. And release, nice. Push back to child's pose. And then walking the hands back towards the shoulder rests. Turning around. Oh, we're on a light spring, so be careful on that carriage. Oops, placing on your medium. The light spring comes off. Now we are going to knee drive again, so onto the knees if you're happy to knee drive, otherwise you can stay in the cross-legged position. Shoulders stacked on top of hips, taking your little loops, so the small loops, hands just down by the side, shoulders back, making sure those ribs are knitted together, don't flare that chest as you exhale, pull the arms up to shoulder height. Inhale, take them out wide. Exhale, squeeze them together. And inhale, bring them back again. Exhale, up. Inhale, wide. Exhale, together. Inhale, back. Exhale, up. Inhale, wide. Soft elbows pull in. Inhale, back. Option to drive up. Stay up as the arms go wide. Squeeze it in. They will be heavier. And bring it back. Drive it up and out, stay up as you go wide. Squeeze it in using those pectoral muscles and bring it down as the arms come down. Up, out, squeeze in and down. Up, out, shoulders above hips and down. Up, out, pull in and down. 4 more. Up, out, pull in and down. 3, up, out, pull in and down. 2 more. Up, out, squeeze in and down. Last one. Up, out, pull in and down. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Release it there. Shoulder roll it back. Your light spring on. Take off your heavy. And we're going to lay down to take some nice reformer assisted cobras. So knees, legs between your shoulder rests, knees free, chest free from the carriage as well. Inhale, push the machine back, head in line with the rest of your spine. Lifting the head, neck and the chest. Using that to help you pull the machine in. So not bending the elbows, but the chest lift pulls the machine in. And inhale to take it back. Exhale to pull in. Squeezing the bum cheeks. And inhale back. Exhale in. Lift. Nice open wide collarbones. And bring it down. So as the spine lifts, the head just follows. And then inhale, bring it down. Exhale to bring it up. Inhale down. One last one. exhale up. Inhale down. This time, as you bring it up, you're going to lift your right arm and circle it round, and then place it back down as you inhale back. Exhale up and round. Inhale back. Exhale up and round. Inhale back. Exhale up and round. Inhale back. 2 more, 1 on each side. Back. And exhale. Bring it round. And back. Nice little stretch through your shoulders. Bend the elbows. Bring it in. Coming into an all-four position. Ooh. I always put one leg over my straps, over my shoulder rest so I can get my knees below my hips. Maybe add on a few springs here because on that light you'll just keep moving around. Exhale, rounding up to cat. Inhale, extending the spine to cow. Push the machine away with the knees and the hands as you round. Pull that belly button up to the sky into cat. And inhale and tuck the pelvis, extend the spine. Gently look forwards into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And inhale. Hold it here, a little wiggle through the shoulders. Wiggle through the hips. And then swing around to sit on the sides of your reformer. Inhale, reaching up, bending to one side. Inhale to center and bend to the opposite side. Inhale to center. Bring those arms around, shoulder roll it back. And then lifting the palms up into the middle, bringing them down. And give yourselves a very well-deserved clap. I hope you're feeling it. In those shoulders, have an extra little stretch off if you need it. And thank you so much for joining me, guys. I will place out a poll for next week, so make sure you vote for what you want. And I will see you next week, guys. Bye.